Welcome to another episode of Streetpreneur Podcast, where we go to the streets to bring you the most creative and innovative entrepreneurs and small business owners. And today I have a very special guest. He's into mobile detailing. He started his own franchise. He started his own business as far as shining up them cars, getting them ready for celebrities, 9 to 5 people, everybody. I'd like to welcome Mr. Marcus Johnson to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, man. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Just kind of tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, and how you got started in this mobile detailing business.
All right, so as you guys all know, my name is Marcus Johnson. I'm the proud owner of GQ Mobile Detailing. I started this business, from a business plan project, which was crazy. I really didn't expect the business plan to get to where it is now, it being my full-time job and owning the company and things like that. But just a little bit about me, man. I'm actually born and raised in Atlanta. I grew up on the south side in Clayco. Graduated from our high school, where most people know Derez, Deshaun, Lotto, Fly Guy, DC. We all went to the same school and things like that. Graduated, and I kind of took a couple bad steps in life. But honestly, I feel like they were the best steps for me, just because I learned so much about myself and just life and perspective and things like that. But I actually got incarcerated twice. I did almost 5 years collectively in prison. And that was hard. You know, I have an 11-year-old son now, and I'm just kind of seeing him grow up in prison was difficult, very difficult.
Okay. Did you being incarcerated, did that affect your hustle when you got out? Did that make you want to go harder, even though, like you said, you had been away from your son, you had been away from your family? Did they just give you the motivation just to go that much harder when you get back in the city?
Oh, most definitely. Like, I think more than anything, that was really my drive, that I got out literally within 2 days. I was working at McDonald's. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to start somewhere. And when I started, I was like, this is not going to be the end-all, be-all for me. I was getting a lot of no's when it came to jobs just because I had felonies. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they do background checks. And so I ended up going to Sam's Club. And I did an interview. Actually, I think I did 2 interviews. And I didn't disclose that I was a felon. You know, I waited all the way up until the very last interview, almost the last second before we were about to leave, and said, anything you want to let us know? Oh, yeah, by the way, I do have something on my record. And they was like, well, I just didn't want them to judge me before they even got to know who I was as a person. And I actually ended up getting a job. Even with my background check, it came back as competitive. I don't know what that meant, but I look at it as God. And I worked there for a little while, and I kind of got back to Chick-fil-A, which was my very first job ever. Okay. I was 15, so I learned young about customer service and quality and things like that. And so I went back to Chick-fil-A, and when I got there, I had a lot of experience. They automatically want to put me in a supervisor position. I was like, nah, I just want to be a regular person, just fly under the radar. So it's like, okay, we'll see. Literally I started at, it was like $9 an hour. I went from $9 an hour to $17 an hour in about 8 months, which is kind of unheard of at Chick-fil-A. Yeah. You know?
Big promotion.
But I understood what they needed and what they wanted from me as a person and as an employee. Like, hey, we want our drive-thru to move a certain way. We want the people to understand the experience and things like that. So I kind of definitely played in a lot onto that because it kind of propelled me so farther in life. Okay.
And so how did you get started with the detailing of the cars? Did you just washing family and friends' cars? What made you say, hey, I need to go ahead and make a business out of this and do this full time?
I think the biggest thing that kind of impacted me to kind of just go ahead and do it was after the business plan project, I did it. And I was like, you know what? I really think I should do this for real, because the original name of my company was actually GQ Mobile Wash. Okay. And I was like, you know what? I went and bought some stuff from Walmart. I was using a battery-powered pressure washer, 5-gallon jugs of water, and just making it work. My first ever car I did was, it started pouring rain. It was raining so hard, like I put my hand in front of my face and I couldn't see it. I was like, God, if you let me do this car and I make it through this, I can do anything. And I made it through that, and it just kind of took off from there. I got me some business cards printed, and while I was at work at Chick-fil-A, I literally would pass out business cards in the drive-thru. I'm like,
to the customers.
Yeah, where do you get your car cleaned? Hey, look, here's my card. You know, and I still have some of those clients from Chick-fil-A to this day. To this day. You're talking about over 5 years ago now.
And what would you say your startup cost was to get started then? Was it under 500 or under 100 or?
I think it probably was under 500 because I think the pressure washer I had got it from my mom. So like maybe like $100 or something like that.
Okay.
And then like the soap and tire shine and stuff like that, I got it all from Walmart. I was using McGuire's and stuff like that, just picking stuff up. Like, let me just try this, see if it works. And, and we just kind of took it from there. So, I mean, ideally, a person could definitely get started detailing under 500. I actually made a YouTube video about it. You got a $500 budget and a $1,000 budget. And honestly, you can start with the under the 500. You just gotta know how to sell yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest thing in anything that you're doing. You gotta know how to sell yourself. I literally could sell you to someone else, even though I don't personally have the skill. I have the skill set of networking and communicating and closing contracts. That's what it's all about. It's to be able to find someone that needs a service or a product, and then figure out how do you bridge that gap.
Yeah, that's true. And so how many clients do you currently have right now?
I would say probably over 150 clients.
150 clients.
Do we see them all the time? No. Right. But some of our clients that we work with anyone. I mean, I don't like to put it on as just like a luxury car or a celebrity or anything like that. My luxury people, my celebrity people are the ones that consistently choose GQ, are the ones that consistently tell others about GQ, and they look to pay full price. They never want a discount. Okay. Those are people that I always
So would you say most of your clients have been just word of mouth?
Yeah.
And then a little bit of social media advertising?
Yeah. Now, I would say, honestly, the word of mouth more than anything, because, like, let's take, for instance, I'm going to use Clarence and Queen Naja, right?
Okay.
I literally got to them off a DM message. Like, I literally sent them a DM, hey, I can come pull up and detail your vehicle, blah, blah, blah. And it just so happened at that time when he hit me back, it was like 9:45, 10 o'clock in the morning. He's like, well, shoot, how far are you from this address? He sent me the address, and I'm like, oh, I'm 9 minutes away. So I go pull up and I detail one of his vehicles, or I think we did one or two of his vehicles. Okay. And then from him, I actually end up getting Casanat, Phantom, the whole AMP team.
For those that don't know, who is AMPC?
Oh, okay. So AMP is the biggest YouTubers, I think, out right now. They're actually, Casanat is one of the biggest, if not the biggest Twitch streamer right now on Twitch, and then on YouTube, he's killing it. He's always relevant on Shade Room or pretty much any social blog site. He's on there. Okay.
Who are some of your other celebrity clients?
We have quite a few. So we worked with Usher, Vic Blends, which is the guy that everyone knows that goes around and cuts hair and does motivational speaks or whatnot. Tamar Braxton, Queen Naja, Clarence, Vito, Lotto, Nivea. I don't know, I'm forgetting some people.
That's cool.
Yeah.
As far as revenue, as far as how much have you been generating? What's been your highest month that you generate the most revenue so far in 2023?
So far in 2023, the highest I've generated probably this year was like right at $27,000.
That's per month. In a month, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's real good, man.
And I mean, it varies too. You know, it's just like right now we're in a little bit of a slower season, just because it's a little bit colder. But the thing that sets it apart from everyone else is that we're still working. You know, like we don't give up just because we have celebrity clients. Like we're still out actively networking. Like whenever I go out, I'm wearing my brand. I'm not wearing nothing but I might have some Nike shorts on, but I might have something on just to support myself.
Yeah, let's touch on pricing. What do you charge for the average basic car wash? And let's also touch on upselling. Just say I want my carpet clean, and just start from the basic price all the way up into your luxury premium price.
Okay. So number one, we don't do car wash. That's what we don't do. We do no car washes whatsoever. We do only detailing. And the reason a lot of people tend to think like, well, car wash and detailing is the same thing. Like, it's a disgrace in a sense.
So what's the difference? A lot of people like, what is he talking about?
I mean, of
Right.
course, everyone
Okay.
knows what a car wash is.
Right.
And that's what we're all accustomed to, especially like in our community. Like we know, I'm going to go get a car wash real quick.
Okay.
But once you kind of like elevate it, you have Neiman Marcus and you have Walmart.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So to us, Walmart is a car wash, Neiman Marcus is detailing. Now, granted, you do have some people that'll take the name of Joe Blow's mobile detailing, and all he's doing is washing the cars.
That's
so
true.
so it's a difference, and I don't think it all just kind of relates to or relates back to as far as with like the actual skill set. Because I mean, you could have the skill set of a detailer and you still not be a detailing business. Because there's a lot more things that comes along with it as far as like branding, marketing, advertising. All these things kind of play into it. Like, how is your customer service? Are you on the right platforms as far as with Google, Yelp? Do you have a website? Most people don't have websites. Do you know how to effectively communicate with that client? A lot of people call their clients customers. A customer is not a person that you really want. A customer is going to be that person that comes one time, is going to haggle about the prices, nitpick about every little thing. But when you get a client, these are the people that you deal with, but you have to understand what they look like as far as your target audience.
Right.
So
Their avatar.
yeah, like my type of client is one that cares about their vehicle. They understand the value of me coming out, the convenience. But the thing is, convenience is key, but it ain't free. So a lot of times, if you call me same day, I'm gonna charge you extra. Like I literally have $100 same day appointment fee for anything booked same day.
So your prices start at $100.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, for exterior details, they start at $100.
Okay.
But like for interior and exterior for like a Honda Accord starts at $135, depending on the condition of the vehicle and also where you're located.
Okay.
Because sometimes we do have clients up in like Cummings, and I'm based out of McDonough. Like one of my clients actually is up there as a famous football player. They have 8 cars. We go up there and do at least 5 every time.
Oh, okay.
So like a day like that could be like a $2,200 day if we do any other appointments.
Man, that's great.
Yeah,
I had
so-
no idea. So I'm definitely learning about the luxury
Yeah, and
detailing
that's the
market.
thing,
A lot of
so-
people need to know the difference in the two. Like you said, it's about providing quality service. So
Exactly.
let's get into some of the quality products that you use as far as cleaning your vehicles. Do you use premium products, or is something that you can go off the shelf and buy at just say one of the auto parts stores?
Gotcha.
What's the difference in quality products?
So one of the main companies that I use is Slippery Soap, which is actually he's actually partnered up with Rick Ross.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot Rick Ross. Yeah, Rick Ross is my clients too.
Yeah, I know he has a big car show and a lot of other. What he owns? 1,000 cars?
Yeah, it was a lot of.
There's a lot of cars.
Yeah, so we're actually we were the exclusive detailer for Rick Ross. We detailed about 150 vehicles for him for his car show.
That's
and we
crazy.
actually done it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So, but as far as products, Slippery Soap products, I do what I'm getting is I'm having companies literally send me products.
Okay.
Like
Product samples and
Yeah. They want me to do like promotions, videos, and things like that.
Okay.
Just because they see that I have a large reach. Like my Instagram literally grew from like 8,000 or 9,000 followers to like 30. I think we're like 31,000 right now in about 3 months.
Okay.
And that was literally so based on Rick Ross. So we actually got him to do a video shouting out our business or promoting our business, and that video on Facebook and Instagram did like 2.2 million views.
Yeah, that's huge, man.
Yeah,
that's definitely huge.
But yeah, so like Slippery Soap, another products I use, I go to a distributor up in Alpharetta,
Okay.
where we able to get products from them. They have a whole list of products. Like it's a lot of different brands that I use, but the main one is Slippery Soap, I'm honest.
Okay. Let's kind of touch on some of the struggles or challenges that you faced getting your business started. What were some of the obstacles that you ran into that you had to work on to overcome?
Number one is learning to say no.
What do you mean?
And what I mean by that is learning to say no is not saying yes to every dollar. Because I understand when we're starting that business out, we want to just kind of get anybody
get the
we
money.
can to kind of
Right.
choose and support. So sometimes we'll we'll actually set ourselves back
Okay.
by doing that, because let's say if I tell you, all right, I'm gonna do your car for $40. Now when I'm ready to go up a year later to $100, you might not like that.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
That's true.
And so what we have to kind of do is set that bar just a little bit higher for ourselves to start. Because if not, what happens is it's gonna hurt you in the long run.
Right.
Like I'm still dealing with some of my clients to this day.
Right. So more of your new marketing and advertising campaign are geared towards more high-end customers, high-end clients. Because how do you differentiate the two?
I think more than anything, I don't really like cater to like exactly a high end client, because I have some clients that got 2012 Honda Accords,
right,
and they're still paying the price that this Lamborghini's paying. You know what I'm saying? So it's like once they understand the value of what you're doing, like, are you giving that quality? Are you giving that customer service? And do you look like a real business? You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that I kind of do see that do play out a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Because people think that I'm just shooting for people with Lamborghinis. No.
Yeah, that's true.
I just want that person that's going to pay my price. That's all I'm concerned about.
Right.
You know.
And how many cars do you service weekly and monthly?
Weekly, anywhere between 20 to 80 cars a week. So anywhere between, you're talking about 80 to 300 cars a month.
Okay.
And now that we have a location, so that's another thing too.
Yeah.
We actually just had a grand opening for our first location. It's called GQ Luxury Spa. And basically you can pull up there and come get your vehicle detailed inside and out, no automatic car wash, nothing. And then we also have like a monthly subscription where you can pay a flat rate. You pay depending on the vehicle size, starting at about $299 a month. You can come 30 days if you want to.
Just get it done.
And get it done.
Right. Do you find that subscription model is more helpful to the company and the growth of the company?
Oh, most definitely.
Versus just somebody just pulling up, doing and paying an individual price.
Yeah, and the reason being that the reason I think that we went that way more than anything was because of the amount of money that the client's going to save in the long run. Because imagine if they come get their car detailed twice by us, and let's say they're in Atlanta, they're probably paying $175, $185 for an interior and exterior service. So you do that times 2, you're looking at $360. Hey, you could have just came on down and got 3 and saved your money and got more details. Okay.
And let's touch a little bit about your location. Was it difficult securing the location, and how long was the lease signed for? Or just kind of tell us, just kind of walk us through that process for someone that might be interested in opening up their own detail shop as far as securing the location.
Everything, like I said, it boils back to your network. Your network is your net worth, and what that means is the amount of people that you know determines the amount of money that you're going to make in this world.
Okay.
And the reason being is because literally who I leased my shop from literally was my barber.
Oh, okay.
So
you already had the relationship.
I already had the relationship built. I've been knowing him 9 years now.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's one thing that I'm really, 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 really big on is relationships. So by me knowing him, got me a great price.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Versus it could have been something 2 times what I'm paying. You just never know.
No. Yeah.
But relationships mean a lot. A lot of times relationships would be more valuable than money if you cultivate them correctly.
That's true. And during the slow months, slow seasons rather, like we're entering fall, winter now, what do you do to offset some of the cost? Or
I mean, honestly,
I know revenue dips just a little.
It slows a little, but I mean, honestly, like our costs, like our overhead costs aren't extremely high. That's one thing that I do love about this business model, even having the shop and even having the vans. Like I had two mobile detailing vans. So it doesn't, as long as you keep your overhead costs always low, you never really worry about it in a sense. Okay. Just because of the fact that your costs aren't high.
So you're going to keep the vans going even in the right?
Oh yeah, the vans are going to be stable.
The mobile unit. Yeah.
Yep, the mobile units are still going to run, and then also the location will get that. You know, if everything goes correctly, we'll possibly look at a location in Atlanta, just because a lot more of my clients are in Atlanta, and I know the income for revenue will be a lot higher.
Okay, let's talk about scaling, which we know you just scale. What are some of your future plans for 2024?
For 2024, I'm looking to do maybe possibly another location, number one, and maybe start another business as well that kind of stems off of detailing, because a lot of detailers are running into these problems where they go buy these older vans and they think by just cashing out $5,000 on a van that it's going to last you 4 or 5 years, and it's not.
It's not.
You know, in those 4 or 5 years, you're done spent about 30 grand. I've done it.
Yeah, especially with a vehicle with high mileage.
I done it. I literally went and bought a van in Texas. No, not Texas. It was in Florida. Paid like 10 grand for the van. Flew down there, drove it back, and literally by the time I got back, within 3 months, the pressure washer went down, the generator went down, and the motor in the van went down.
Oh, God.
It cost me about $30K, and I didn't make maybe about $3,000 out of that van.
Oh, yeah. Learned a valuable lesson.
Oh, yeah. But I didn't. So
yeah, valuable lesson.
I'm just kind of seeing the need for what other details could use, because it's not even about, it's not always about the money. You know what I'm saying? Impact over income is the biggest thing I'm big on. Right. Because with guys having a reliable van, what they can do, they can make more money, number one. And that kind of just helps their lifestyle a lot. So I'm thinking of creating a program to where literally we have these vans with the equipment, no branding on them at all. If you want branding, you pay extra weekly.
Right.
And we just rent the vans without having the liabilities.
Right. What about courses?
Courses. So I do actually have
online courses
a mentorship out right now.
Okay.
It's actually on my page and my Instagram, in my bio. We have 2 ebooks out right now as well.
How much is your mentorship program?
It varies on which mentorship you select. It starts about $189 a month.
Okay.
And it just depends on how deep you want to go with it. As far as the premium mentorship that we have, you get one-on-one calls with me, access to our private group chat, things like that, because I'm really big on like pouring into people. Okay.
Any advice for upcoming entrepreneurs who want to do what you do, who want to get into the mobile car detail business? Can you tell them any advice that they need to just give them some motivation?
Get you a mentor. Get you a mentor. And I'm not just saying don't choose me, but get you a mentor, not just for the business, but for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because being an entrepreneur in the mobile detailing space is very, very, very difficult. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Just most people would think it's easy. Just get the truck, get the pressure washer, and boom, get some.
There's so much more to it. Like, for a person like myself, like I work literally 18 hours a day. And it's not so much physically working, but sometimes it may be working on the back end of trying to make sure I have my systems in order, make sure I have the right policies and procedures in order to, you know, creating different specials, promotions, content creation. You know, making sure I connect with my clients and I'm continue to follow up with them, because now they may not see me as much. So if they're not seeing me as much, they may still want some type of connection in there. You know what I'm saying? So just dropping like, hey, just checking in on you.
Emails and
good,
calls,
everything was happy. You know, those type of things. So mentor, network. Like if you want to do something, start getting into that space where you're around people that are already doing it. And just be you. Don't worry about what the next man's doing. Your competition is you, nobody else. Like I'm not in competition with none of these detailers.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, if I continue to try to beat me every day, I ain't worried about nobody else.
I like that. That's true. That's facts. Can you leave them with your contact information? How can people reach out to you, those that are interested in getting their cars detailed, and also for your courses and mentorship?
All right, so if you guys would like to book a detail with GQ Mobile Detailing, you guys can go to www.gqmobiledetail.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, what else? Facebook, Instagram, Google, at GQ Mobile Detailing. We also have a YouTube channel as well, More Than a Detail, where we're kind of just showcasing just some of the things that we kind of experience on a day-to-day. There's some footage from the Rick Ross car show with Costin. We actually got a video with him. That video, I think, right now is at like 19,000 views. So we're just building. And as far as for our mentorship, that information as well is going to be on my website as well, or in my bio on my social medias.
All right, you have it. Mr. GQ, we love it, man. GQ Mobile. Make sure all my viewers out there and people who have information about his company, please contact him and reach out to him for mentorship and also to get your vehicle serviced. We want to thank you for coming on Streetpreneur Podcast. And I want all my subscribers to like, share, and please watch this video. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think about it. And if you want to be a guest, please contact us, streetpreneurpodcast@yahoo.com. I want to thank you for coming out, man. Like I said, like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.